So, I know this isn't typically the content you guys come here for, but I felt it is an issue that needed to be talked about. There are plenty of videos out there talking about this, but being that it has a personal stake on me, I wanted to bring it up. Tipping is necessary in America. Over the last month or so, I've seen so many people say it's not necessary, you're just doing your job. That's partly true. Yes, a lot of people in fast food are just doing their job, but they're, tipping because especially cashiers are paid a small. Sorry about that in the background. Because cashiers are paid a small portion less than cooks or any other of the staff, manager or higher up, it's subsidized because you cannot get tips. Everything is lowered because you're, if you are a customer, you're almost expected to tip. Now, I don't agree with this. Sorry about that. Now, I don't agree with this, but it is just sort of how it is. And this is how companies get away with it. They pay a little less than. They pay a little less. Sorry about that once again. Pay a little less to the cashiers because of tips are supposed to make up the portion of the check we don't get. If you look at housing is extremely expensive. Housing alone takes up most of people's full-time working check. Sorry. Housing takes up a lot of the check. Um, Most average housing, at least in California, is about 1,800, and a full-time job pays about $2,000 to $2,200 a month. That 2,000 to 2,200, that's not enough to cover all your bills. Car insurance, for most people, is at least $200 a month. Food on average is at least about 50 a month. That's at best 50 a month. That's not including if you work early mornings or nights and you need to get energy drinks and all that. It is extremely expensive with everything. So tipping makes up for the good portion of the check that we do not get paid compared to a kitchen staff. It's about a 50-cent difference. That's not a lot. That's about $1 per person. Or per, not per person, but per order. The only times you shouldn't have to pay a tip are if you're just getting one item. You only get one burger, you shouldn't need to. That's a little excessive. If you work there, it's nice, but you shouldn't need to, as that's just putting your money back into back into other people's checks. If you don't work there, you should tip. If you order anything more than one item, you should tip because of the difference in pay. It is ridiculous, and other countries do not have it this way, but it is a necessity because of the price of absolutely everything in America. Granted, a lot of these are coming from California as I'm speaking, because that is where I am. And I have had many different jobs. It is the same across all of them. As you guys can probably have seen from the different work shirts I have worn, if I record a video in the morning right before I head to work. Yeah. It's not nice, but it's something I want to, make a video about and just say why it's necessary to tip, even though it shouldn't be.